while you were talking, I was thinking, how long have I been programming computers at a very high level? Okay, and for companies like Ford and GM, NASA, and significant companies, is 51 years. And the way you explain, because I'm science based, right? So, um, without going into the woo woo and the she, right? It's interesting that when you're programming computers, you're doing exactly the same thing. You have multiple layers, and you have the keyboard and the monitor that's kind of like your conscious part. And then when you get down into the programming, you're in the subconscious part. Nobody ever sees that except for the programmer. And what you're really kind of saying is that, well, and computers were modeled after the human mind anyway. So
Right.
by just altering the programming, as a programmer, when I alter a program to get a different result, as soon as I save that program, it's going to run better and more error free until I break the program again. And so it's the same thing with the human mind. It seems it's a little sloppier than exact lines of code, but it's the same kind of principle, isn't it?
Well, 100 billion euro bit processor. You can have 1,000 computers stacked on top of each other and still not have the processing power of one human brain. So what we're talking about is a real big thing.
Right? Yeah.
It's running the cosmos as far as I'm concerned,
Mm-hmm.
our minds, and that we can create joy in our life or we can create misery. We can create comfort. We can create pain. We have that divine control. And the problem, Bob, is people have forgotten that they have that ability. It's
Right.
there. It's already programmed into the system. You you know, if you cut your little toe open and it starts bleeding, you don't say, "Well, I better send some leukocytes down there to coagulate that." No, that that
I
you
do
know,
all the time.
it's always there and it does it for us, and we don't have to give it a command.
Right.
But when we do give it a command, when you can say to that shoulder that's frozen, "Be gone," and all of a sudden it's not seized anymore.